Hello, beautiful Taurus seeker. Welcome back to the Existential Shift. If you're new, my name is Morgane. Happy August. Whew. Taurus, throughout July, the readings that came up for you revolved somehow around timelines collapsing in one way, shape, or form. And you're kind of walking the tightrope, trying to juggle them, turn them into one ideal. Energies are whack. And I feel like you guys are feeling it, with Uranus especially being in your sign. Electricity running through your veins in all sorts of directions, into different organs. One hand goes there, another goes there, the legs wants to go there, and the head is like, nope, I need to meditate. It's a lot. It's too much. So, put the cards back in the deck and keep shuffling until the energies align properly, harmoniously for you. When the moment to leap comes, you'll just know in your body. When the moment to wait stays, you'll just know in your body. I don't think planning will work. Not because there's anything wrong with planning. And if anything, I'm the first to be pro-planning, depending on the situation, especially if you have long-term goals. But the universe, the multiverse is doing its wild, wild dance, jam sessioning its wild, wild jazz. The only thing you can do is surrender to the music. Because you can bet the melody will change. And then will change again. The genre will change, the rhythm will change, the volume will change. How fitting. Justice, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, 7 of Cups. And as you watch, feel all this happening, you're just standing on the guide, on the sideline, being like, put your head into your work, one thing at a time. What needs to be done right now? What is most urgent for this moment? Do that fully, with clarity, with ease. And as for what's to come and the possibilities, hold up with that. What needs to be done right now? What paperwork needs to be filled? What conversation needs to be had? What chapter needs to be written? Sometimes it's not you that is writing the book. Sometimes it's the book that is writing itself through you. It will unfold in front of you. As you move with the calligraphy. You're not writing the calligraphy. The calligraphy is writing your fingers. Let it. A lot of destiny is being triggered right now. I'm feeling it. A lot of like yods in people's charts, the finger of God, are being triggered. The sensation is very fatalistic, and yet it's hard to point it out. It's almost like you're left in the dark when it comes to your own destiny that you are supposed to be living, even bringing. Relax all the tension in your body. The mist has something to tell you. You will only be able to hear it when you're quiet. When your mind is not racing for the next 7 steps. Rather, is focused on this specific pentacle in this moment in time. Because when timelines collapse, there is nothing but the present. It has never been truer than now. King of Wands. This King of Wands has been coming up in readings. They have something meaningful for you, Taurus. Maybe they are the messenger of this mist that has something to tell you. Maybe the mist is using this King of Wands to say it to you. Using is a bad word. See, the mist is outside of us, but it's also the pool of all our souls, right? In the mist, there is your higher self as well. So when you're guided by the mist, you're guided by your own higher self. When this King of Wands is guided by the mist, they're guided by their own higher self as well. The Fool. And you welcome it. That and or whatever this King of Wands brings is radically new. Uranus is also going retrograde in Taurus. I believe mid-month. When I think of retrogrades, I just think of what it is, aka the planet being closer to the Earth, being more potent. I feel personally like the word retrograde is confusing and not necessarily accurate. When the planet moves slower, giving us the perception of going in retro, but it's actually just moving slower, with more focus and more intent and proximity to the frequency of the Earth. So when I think of Uranus retrograding, I think of Uranus being more intense. When you drive slower, you can see things better and address everything better. When you walk slower, you enjoy the view and you take note of the detail. When Uranus is retrograding in you, Taurus, it's very relevant for the collective, and Taurus, aka collective, meaning planet Earth, climate, elementals, the things we live by and for, and thanks to. But let's focus on you, Tauri. It's making you really, really, really hyper-focused on what is happening to you right now in every single moment when it comes to the radical changes in your life. And those radical changes, they are initiated from within. The electricity is flowing through your blood vessels, through your veins. It triggers your organs, your neurotransmitters, your chakras. It's creating small storms within you in different aspects of your life when it comes to your perception. I believe, Taurus, you are radically changing from the inside. I think this King of Wands is a very meaningful trigger for you in that regard, and a part of this journey. It will require a level of risk, a dive into the unknown. First, you'll be settling some things, some practical things in your life, whatever it is for you. Work, finances, taxes, contracts, etc. And once those are resolved, it's almost like this mist has room to kind of take over. Either you or this King of Wands or the both of you are taking risk. Can it be love? Can it be love? Of course. Can it be work? Yes. I'm sorry, I got stuck for a second with a thought that was irrelevant. It could be a family member offering you some sort of freedom by saying something, doing something, telling you something. These are general readings. It could be so many things. But either way, it liberates you in one way, shape, or form. The Fool is about freedom. I think it liberates you from concepts that you've had over reality that were limiting you. I think some of you, possibly some of you, have been thinking small, and this could possibly be someone who's like, you need to think bigger. This can be bigger. You can be bigger. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and I was just thinking ideas bouncing off of each other's heads. Show me more, please, for Taurus about this, for August. All or nothing. 5 of Swords, 10 of Cups. See, the Fool is all or nothing, but 5 of Swords, 10 of Cups, it's like nothing is better than this. See, this is not all or nothing. I was mistaken. This is all or middle-ish goop. 5 of Swords is one of the least impressive cards, in my opinion, in the tarot deck. It denotes cowardness. It's someone looking at this 10 of Cups and is either like, meh, are you stupid? Or they don't recognize it. And I don't know which is worse, recognizing a 10 of Cups and being like, eh, or not recognize it when it's right in your face. There's possibly the Nine of Wands, 7 of Cups. There is a fear aspect here. It's like someone is looking at a situation that is a win-win, but is worried that it's a lose-lose for some reason. How can you look at a win-win situation and think it's a lose-lose situation? It requires a very deep level of fear and paranoia and possibly PTSD. I'm not saying it with any sort of judgment. Please forgive me if that's the notion that you received. It could be you, it could be someone around you. It could be like an aspect of not feeling worthy enough for this. So You know, it's like it's too good to be true, or it can't be real, or there's a lie behind it for sure. It must be a lie. It must be an illusion. But this is radical real. It's so real and so clear that people can't understand it. So it's like, oh, it has to be manipulative. It's like I had a live a few days ago. I don't remember. So I've had so many lives during July, but I did a live, and I said something very clearly. I said, if you want a specific reading, you have to make a donation for a nonprofit that I was working with. Like super clear, super honest, super, this is what it is. Zero manipulation. And someone in the chat was like, well, that's manipulative. I almost bit her head off, because it could not have been more sincere and more clean and more straightforward and more honest on my side. If someone is so deeply entangled in manipulation and mental gunk, they can't grasp sincerity and clarity. They have to somehow distort it to fit their own perception. And this is kind of what I'm seeing here. This is someone being completely open-hearted, completely sincere, completely present. And this person is just, there's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with you. No, there's something wrong with this Five of Swords energy. So if you're this Ten of Cups, if you're sweet and open and sincere, and someone just projects manipulation somehow onto it, first of all, it's not you, it's them. Second of all, don't let them, because this is the kind of energy that will go around telling people about you that you are manipulative or deceitful or there's something off. And people believe what they hear when it comes to gossip. They don't bother checking. So if that happens, Taurus, make sure to call them out on it immediately, mercilessly, because they will have no more mercy onto you when they go around saying that you're manipulative. Okay? And it cannot be more tragic for you to be so sincere, so out there, extraordinary sincere and honest, and honorable, and to have really nasty energies make it look like it's the opposite just because they're projecting themselves onto you, or they can't deal. You know, when you do something great and someone else doesn't, the way they feel sometimes good about themselves is by diminishing what it is that you do, trying to tear it apart. And I'm like, are you judging me for doing something that you didn't do? For doing something good that you didn't do? That's funny. Of course I'm talking from my own experience. That's how I teach, by my own experience. If you think any of your therapists or gurus or teachers are ever objective, you have a really, really interesting perspective on the world. Nothing is objective. Number of truth is the number of sets of eyes. Wake up. We all always teach from what we know, from what we've experienced. That's why you must always listen to several teachers, get all kinds of types of guidance, and create your own. I don't tell you what to think. I inspire you to think for yourself by being radical and sincere myself with how I think and what I see and what I experience. Don't let anyone take the purity of your spirit and paint it to be what they are. Your colors, your artwork. Lock them outside of the gallery. They don't get to look at your paintings. When I have someone commenting like nasty comments, like they don't like my, I don't know, my references from films or poetry or book. First of all, that's part of the reading, you idiot. Second of all, I don't allow them to partake anymore. You don't get to be a freebie and complain or throw up your gunk at me. Sorry, bye. You don't like it? Go complain to the person you're actually paying to. That's ridiculous. You're ridiculous for doing that. And I don't need this ridiculous in my hall. So don't let it, Taurus. Be very, very, very vigilant with your radical reality, with your radical realness, right? Realness, not reality. It's a radical realness. And this person is the same. You might connect to either a person, could be this King of Wands, or a group of people, a relationship or a work environment, anything that is really, really up there in a very, very good level. And people around you, not all of them. You do have a good tribe around you that supports you, okay? But some might not like it. How dare Taurus be happy, right? Let's take note of that. Show me more, please. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. This is some sort of an investment that either you're making or someone is making. You're either investing in someone or someone is investing in you. We start with the Eight of Pentacles and moves to the Nine of Pentacles. You might be receiving some finances, Taurus. There's definitely money coming in. It will vary between different ones of you. Some of you, you're just getting your taxes, right? Some of you, it's someone is making an investment. It's fruits of labor in some way, shape, or form. It has the element of luck to it, but it's well earned as well. The advice here, if someone wants to give you, to receive, because you've earned it. It's not charity. Six of Pentacles, you might be tempted to look at it as charity and be proud. It's not charity. Ten of Wands after the Nine of Wands. You might be dealing with a lot of work or a lot of things happening at once, Taurus. It's almost like I'm picking up on the energy of like contract and expand. It's like you're going into August like kind of like in a black hole, like you're seeing all the dance of all the timelines collapsing and all the planets doing their thing, and you're like watching, and then all of a sudden at once you're like expanding into like several possible timelines at once that you're working on. But it's good. I don't see it as like a bad thing. Like just, I feel like at one point, after you'll do all these different avenues at once, at one point it will meet again into like one avenue, one timeline, one hose, and will somehow all connect together. It's like you need to disperse your energy a little bit, do this, do that, do that, do that. I know I started with saying one thing at a time. That's how this month starts. It's interesting. It's like such a changing dynamic. Start with one thing at a time. Once that clears out, you're going to feel like you're a little bit what I just said, like going into your observation. And then as this radical, real thing happens, or given to you, or offers to you, whatever, opens up to you, the mist speaks, right? This King of Wands speaks out of it. Then this expansion starts, right? And after that, you'll be going back to this, but this time it's not a black hole where you're observing everything. This time it's like all of these different timelines, all of these streams of reality kind of connecting to one. It's like seeing a lot of wires, electric wires, right? They're separated, and then they combine into one wire that channels all this energy, all this electricity. Sorry, I hope I didn't confuse you. One more card, please, for Taurus, and then we'll do animal spirit. I will continue this reading focusing on love in the extended below that you can find on Vimeo and on Patreon. It's a special double pentagram spread where we look into your mind and heart space, your person's mind and heart space, the dynamic, and how things unfold throughout the month for you guys. We'll also finish up with messages from the Celtic runes. They always bring an extra oomph. So yeah, hopefully this King of Wands will come up, Ten of Cups, whatever love thing is coming up here, we'll look into that. Patreon is monthly membership, unlimited streaming for all the zodiac signs, all the extendeds, this month and past months, plus extra tons of VIP goodies, so check it out. There's different tiers. If you can, I do recommend to take tier number 3 that includes the extendeds, the rune daily messages, the lunar love readings, and karmic shift and liberation, which is such an important project that I did for all my seekers, all the signs for the 2020s. I do recommend that. Okay, now back to Taurus for this reading, please. Show me more for Taurus for August. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like being scared with what you have somehow. It's like being really... Someone is holding on to what they know. If this is a cooperation, someone might feel like they don't really understand how to deal with everything you think or you say, and they're like, no, wait, we have to do this like that. Okay, there's an element of fear. Now, this could be you. Four of Pentacles is an energy of fear that leads to loss. So if there's one or two things that are overwhelming and not necessarily important for the now moment, put them aside and focus on those that can generate results now. And then get back to it in better time. You won't lose it. You will lose it if you'll try to force it at a time where it's not meant, right? I'm picking up on the song, if it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be, baby, just let it be. So come ride with me, see where this thing goes. Cute. Okay. Animal spirit. Now, before, I want to clarify this chunk there. Clarify this Ten of Wands, 4 of Pentacles for Taurus, please, for August. Okay. Yeah, definitely a new path is opening up for you, Taurus, a new opportunity, a possibility, something that will require you learning something, improving a skill, and going into beginner's mind. Don't feel threatened or egoic and be like, no, I already know everything. No, This will make you lose a really great opportunity with potential for the future. So be open-minded to it and accept that it doesn't matter how much we know, there's always room to learn more. Okay? And it could possibly be going into September, like talking like the end of Leo season going into Virgo season, so like around the 20th-ish of August, you'll have this opportunity. I want one more clarification for this King of Wands, the Fool energy. Just for the heck of it, for Taurus. Clarify this King of Wands and the Fool, please, for Taurus, for August. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Whatever this radical real energy is, it's very anchored in reality. It doesn't matter how wild it sounds or how wild it feels. It has good, it's rooted in reality. It's a seed that can grow really well for a long time, and it's very, very connected to who you truly are in essence, right? So it's very, very positive. Okay. It's another pentacle with this Page of Pentacles. This could also be something that has to do with like work opportunity, to do something really, really different. Maybe it's a partnership. Maybe it's like becoming freelance. Maybe it's becoming creative. Maybe it's opening your own business that is creative. Maybe it's something different than you've already done before, but you've always wanted to, and you were worried it won't be practical, but now it's like, what do I have to lose, right? But it will turn out to be more practical than you thought, especially if you'll be open-minded to learn and open up. Sorry, I just wasn't focused on Taurus here. To learn this new skill or going into this with beginner's mind. Now, message for Taurus from the animal spirit, please, for the month of August. This hyena is this nasty Five of Swords energy here. Someone is not gonna like your success. They'll resent you for it for some reason. They'll see you doing things that they wouldn't do, taking the risks that they wouldn't take. And they blame you for some reason. One more. Animal spirit for Taurus. Black egg. Taurus, take extra precaution in protecting your work, creation, relationship. If something magical is happening for you, be very discerning with who you're telling it to. Don't go immediately and post it on social media or tell everybody. Wait until it's really, really anchored in reality. Okay, where the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. Okay, dotted. One more for Taurus. One more animal spirit for Taurus for August. Cobra. You're going to have to dance to an intense focus type of a dance this month. Towards something that will require your immense ability to focus on something that is really important. Every step needs to be treated as if it's everything. Even when you spread your energy into different avenues that has to do with this, make sure you're doing it with proper levels of energy. Like take care of your nutrition, of your sleep well, eat well, breathe fresh air. Do the things for yourself that can help you reserve energy and keep the battery going. Wear protective stones, like black tourmaline, obsidian, malachite, things that make you feel like the energy is also assisting you in bouncing back energies that are not welcomed. Every morning when you wake up, do a little bit of a ritual, even just a couple of minutes of retracting your energy, retrieving your energy, asking for energy from the multiverse, from the divine, from whatever you convey with. This is a very pivotal time for you, Taurus. Very, very pivotal time for you. Okay. I will continue this in the extended. Hope to see you there, if not in any of the other readings. Thank you for being here. If you're new, subscribe to my channel. Press the bell button to receive notifications for new videos that come up. I appreciate your presence. Below in the description box, you will find the extended, but you'll also find Tarot Masterclass Bunkai for those of you who want to study how to be a Tarochi from me. It's for beginners and professional alike. It's an Akashic Records of tarot that I've created, 90 pre-recorded classes. It's super in-depth. Information below. Also, Karmic Shift and Liberation is very, very meaningful, especially at these times. I've created it for this extraordinary shift that we're going through. That's it. Stay magic. Stay true. I love you. Oh, I'm sorry. Taurus, and any seeker who's watching, thank you from the bottom of my heart for 2 months of being present with me in my journey, for voting every day, for rooting for me, for believing in me and in us and what we represent. You have done so much for this. We have generated approximately $20,000 for homes for wounded warriors. They build homes for injured veterans. That's amazing. I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of us and grateful for you. We've made it to 5th in the finals. Respect to the other women. We have passed 30,000 amazing women. Wow. And we are rooting for the other women who are rocking it for themselves. Okay? So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I love you. Cheers for the next adventure. Now go do this manifestation muscle that you've just practiced with us in your life and go get yours. Now we're done.